What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I just got back from seeing Transcendence, and this movie was directed by Wally Pfister, who's actually the main cinematographer for the Dark Knight films. And this has a really amazing cast starring Johnny Depp, Rebecca Hall, Morgan Freeman, Paul Bettany, and a number of other actors, which this video would just be too long to mention all of them. And pretty much the premises of Transcendence is that Johnny Depp and Rebecca Hall play as this married couple, and they're into the idea of creating an AI that's self-aware, and they kind of go over, what good this could do, and, how it could completely change the world. However, this radical group of, anti-technologists, I'm calling them right now, they see this as a major threat, and they send one of their own to kind of shoot Johnny Depp, but doesn't necessarily kill him, but if I remember correctly, it's like radiated with some type of bolt that's going to eventually kill him. So Rebecca Hall comes up with the idea, there's like, let's just transmit your consciousness into a computer, that way we can continue on your work. But Paul Bettany, who's actually Johnny Depp's friend, decided, maybe this isn't really the best idea, because maybe this won't be Will, maybe this will be something else. But eventually Johnny Depp's character dies, and his mind is now turned to a computer, and he kind of starts to just start taking over. And if you can't already tell, this sounds like a complete prequel to Terminator. And, I would have been fine with that. This movie had a lot of potential. I was really looking forward to this film for multiple reasons. Number one, it had Johnny Depp in it, and it looked like it was a type of film where he was finally stepping away from the Jack Sparrow character, which I was happy for. I want to see him back in roles like this, and I thought it was a really interesting twist that he was doing something science fiction. That was good. I was actually pretty happy that it actually had a good portion of some of the Dark Knight characters, because this was the guy that was the cinematographer for the Dark Knight films, and it is produced by Christopher Nolan. And you guys know that Christopher Nolan is my all-time favorite director of all time, so if he is willing to attach his name to a project like this, it has to be good. It has to be something phenomenal. And I went into this movie expecting something on maybe not quite the level of Inception, and I ended up getting Lawnmower Man. My God, this movie is so boring until maybe the last third of the film. The problem that this film has is that it has a lot of really creative ideas, but the characters don't do anything. And when they do things, they're not interesting. There's a lack of character development. There's a lack of common sense. I mean, once Johnny Depp's character becomes an AI and starts doing things, it's when Rebecca Hall's character, which the movie tries to project it as like a tragic love, like she loves her husband but he's a computer so they can't really be together, but it's when she starts agreeing with some of these crazy ass ideas that her character then just starts to feel kind of stupid and just not really sympathetic. It's like, look honey, if you're as smart as you're projecting yourself to be, you can see where this is going, and you need to stop while you're ahead. And, that storyline just it just drags out. It never picks up. Morgan Freeman is hardly really used. I mean, he's just there. I can't even remember what his role was. I think he was like a mentor to Johnny Depp's character, but the only real character that I could say was really doing anything, and was, in my opinion, was the character that stood out the most, was Paul Bettany's character, who, he starts out kind of against it, and then he actually somewhat teams up with the anti-technologists, and he really is the most doing anything, but he's just buried under just tons of just interesting time frames that just go nowhere. And there's an action scene kind of thrown at the end, which is just kind of shoehorned in. It's like, wow, the entire film had this sort of tone, and then this sort of just comes out of nowhere. I'm like, I really am not sure what went wrong. I mean, I heard that maybe the script was good, but I don't know who said that, but it may have been the script, it might have been the direction, I don't know. This is kind of like a repeat of last year's The Counselor. It's like you have this really great cast, and you have an even more interesting idea than The Counselor, but you don't do anything with it, and you just let it drag out, and we all know what's going to happen, and it just plays out like a broken record. Like, we've seen this before. If you're going to go with this idea, do something innovative. You certainly have the advancements in technology, and I was also surprised that for a guy who was the main cinematographer for the Dark Knight films, that this movie didn't look nearly as good. It was just a waste of opportunity, a waste of talent, a waste of time, and a waste of budget. And from what I've seen from the box office since this came in fourth, I don't even think this movie's going to make its money back. And hopefully all the great promotion Johnny Depp's been doing in China helps it, but I cannot really recommend this film to anyone. I mean, even if you're a hardcore Johnny Depp fan, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm happy that he's back to doing the movies like this, but I would wait till this is a rental, see it once just to get it out of the way, and then never watch it again. And I'm really, really worried for Interstellar, because if this is an example of what happens when Nolan is not paying attention, then I just hope this does not repeat twice. If I had to give this movie a rating, I'm going to give it a D+. A lot of really interesting ideas, solid performances, even though they're kind of wasted, but it just never quite gets to that point of sophistication and interest as it could have been. If you like this movie review, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to keep track of me in my future movie and video game reviews. And if you also would like to follow me on Twitter or friend me on Facebook, you can press one of the links in the description down below, and I will be sure to friend you and follow you back. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you next time.